Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It is Saturday, the 7th of December, and the moon is in Pisces. Woo! Pisces moon. Y'all know how much I love a Pisces moon. Rah, rah, that's for me. The Pisces moon, well, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, honestly, having had one my whole life. Pisces moons can see, has the ability to look at something with both all the facades taken down, all the faces and structures that we create around ourselves, and can see straight to the soul of a person. And most souls just want love and acceptance. And, you know, if the soul thinks they deserve it, they can get it. And if for some reason the soul doesn't think it deserves it, it can turn its back on the love that's being offered, I think. And then there's also the Pisces moon that can really shore up this whole idea of delusion. Well, creating your reality to the point of delusion. That's what I want to say. Because we do create our reality. And we do have, we can't always be in charge of what happens on the outside, because that is predicate on masses of people's insides expressing on the outside. I don't know if that made any sense, but it did in my head. So the moon moved into Pisces at 4:50 this morning a.m. on the east coast of the U.S. Charlie made sure I was awake for that at 4:30, doing the jitterbug around my head because he was hungry. So I've been up for a while. This morning, Venus, while I was sleeping, moved into Aquarius. Venus, the planet of love, the planet of values, the planet of the feminine, moving into the planet of the sign, of humanity, Aquarius. Not just humanity, but humanitarianism, right? The idea of raising all boats. Venus is the planet of love in the sign of humanity, a love of humanity, a coming together, a expression of the values of humanity. Yeah? And most of us know that most people are good people. And quote unquote bad people are generally just severely wounded people. And then there are a couple of just plain out evil folk, right? But they're very, very small. And they do prey on the wounds of the traumatized and the injured. And so remember that as you face your MAGA friends and family. And there's deep wounding here. And if anybody has perfected the act of weaponizing a wound, well, it would be every evil person, every egomaniac who thought that their ideas are better than that of the collective good, right? Okay. So where am I going with this? Well, there's a lot to be said today, so I'll probably just continue. I will tell you this is going to be a wordy one as well, but you seem to enjoy my last one, so what the heck? What the hey? So 9:04 this morning, which is almost now, it's not quite that late yet. I don't think it's quite 9 o'clock yet as I do this, but Venus conjoins Pluto. Remember, Venus in Aquarius, the love of humanity, raising all boats, humanitarianism, lending your neighbor a hand, perhaps. conjoining the planet of power. This is truly power to the people, with maybe a little bit of a benefit to the feminine. We all have a feminine side, even if our genitalia says that we're not feminine. Well, I'm not going to get into that argument. Please, goodness gracious, let's X that out. Doesn't matter. We have the feminine and the masculine inside of us, and the more balanced that is, the more balanced our life. The more balanced that is, the more balanced the world is. So perhaps the feminine needs to take a step forward, while the masculine, Mars retrograde yesterday in Leo, takes a step back. Venus conjoins Pluto, the planet of power. Later today, Neptune, which is the higher octave of Venus, stations direct. Now, Neptune is going to be moving through the last few degrees of Pisces and actually dips into Aries next year, as does Saturn, which does the same thing, but they do it at different times. So next year, 2025, the 9-year, the ending or wrapping things up, is going to be a combination of releasing the past, Pisces, and moving into a new world experience, perhaps. Aries is all about experience, or Aries is all about becoming. What type of world do we want to see us becoming? And so there's still some cleanup on aisle 5 to do this coming year. But this is the last time that, in a long time, that Neptune is going to be exclusively in Pisces. It's still in Pisces. It hasn't left the building yet. But we will have an opportunity to dip in and get a sense of perhaps what 2026, 2027, 2028 is going to look like. Okay. Neptune going direct brings even more power to Venus, I would say. And then lastly, at about 3:58 p.m., 4 p.m. here on the East Coast, we have the Sun make an opposition to Jupiter. Sun opposite Jupiter, overestimating your capabilities. Now, that is a warning to us who are like, yeah, powers of the people, the feminine is rising. Yes, it is, but we have to be careful. We still have to be careful. There's still back and forth happening, so can't go all out quite yet, but keep it in your heart, keep it in your actions, keep it in your mind's eye, and just watch your back, yeah? All right. Overestimating your capabilities, which I'm not sure any of us are really guilty of, considering what we've been through. But there are some people who very much so overestimate their capabilities. And this is going to be a sad day for those people. Sad day. So, that's the story. Morning glories. I walked you through the yard. It's really cold this morning. In fact, my pinky finger is, I know it's there because I can see it, but I can't feel it. Not to worry. What does it say? Oh, 30, 38, 36, 35, 25. Oh, off 10. I can't do math in my head, and obviously I can't read numbers off a thermometer. Hi, Miss Wren. That's Wren that's making all that noise. Yeah, very active. So, have yourself a great day. Have yourself a great weekend. The tide is turning. You can feel it. I can feel it. We can all feel it. It's not our imagination. It's really happening. Take care, everyone. Mystic Sisters tonight on my channel, 7 Eastern, 6 Central.